Since everyone liked my last Harbor Freight tool review, I figured I'd do another one. Had this for a while. This is their big Sandblast. There's two different sizes. The one's just like a tabletop mount. This one's the bigger one. The little one you can't really get anything in. Here it has a light inside. See in the middle doing something. It's actually a pretty nice light setup. It's its own little on-off switch here. Corded plug. There's no separate power supply like some of the smaller ones I've seen. You load parts in on the side here. Here's the inside of it. Everything goes down to a hopper. I'm using their aluminum oxide blasting media. I'm sandblasting a Chevette pulley here. Back up. Okay. In the back, see that box, that's the air intake. Now, I know a lot of people complain about these sandblasters saying after 2 seconds you can't see what you're doing in them. Little tip, you're supposed to hook a shop vac up to them. I did that over here. Now, they actually make special, I don't know what to call them, I guess a vacuum for this. It's actually made just put a negative pressure in the chamber. A shop vac works too. This will come with a plug to plug that port if you're not going to use any kind of vacuum in it. But if you do that, you're not going to be able to see a damn thing in about 3 seconds of sandblasting. What the suction does is it pretty much keeps steady supply of air in there so the thing doesn't turn into a dust ball the second you pull the trigger. One thing to mention so far is that the air duct they have this connect to is big. It's like 2.5 or 3 inches. Oh, my things are all fuzzy there. There we go. I don't know what shop vac they think people have, but I just put a rag around the regular shop vac hose. Eventually I'm going to make an adapter, a little box to go into it. So what'll actually happen is this thing destroys your shop vac filters, if not your shop vac. This will clog up in a few minutes of use. But it works good enough. Anyway, your air goes in the front. Don't really know what else to say. You turn the shop vac on first. I'm running it at 90 psi. This should be fun to try and do one-handed here. Here we go. Take that pulley over. There is a larger hose here that goes down into the hopper, and the smaller hose is your air feed. Something I've noticed is this larger hose gets clogged constantly. What I do is I take off this little clamp right here, and I clamp it onto the discharge nozzle, and I just pull the trigger and blast air through it. It normally blows out whatever's clogged in it. The only thing that happens is every once in a while, like a walnut shell or something stupid will get sucked up into the hose here and actually clog up in the nozzle, and you got to take the nozzle apart. The one problem I did have, you can see it here, where that JB weld is, the nozzle threads together in 2 pieces, and it actually blew apart on me. I re-threaded it a few times, the pipe thread fitting in there, but it kept blowing apart, so I eventually had the JB welded together. Other than that, it's going good. Here's how she works. I think pretty much get the idea. I mean, there's a bit more to be done, but it cleans it up pretty good. And this thing was a rusty mess. You can see there, that's what the whole thing looked like. pros and cons here. The thing works pretty good. I was reading reviews before I bought it, and people were saying that you have to run RTV or silicone in the seams because these leak. Mine was already sealed, so I don't know if they improved on the design or something, but mine didn't have any sealing issues. It already has a nice bead of silicone around every seam, and it came mostly assembled. It kind of had to bolt the legs on, and that was it. And when I put the legs on, I put a little bead of silicone on the screws, so because it's another hole. Other than that, there's a little clear plastic thing that goes in this window so it doesn't get scratched up. Those are kind of a pain in the ass. I don't know if I'll be able to find them when I'm out of the ones I have. And if you don't put them on there, your window just gets sandblasted and turns hazy. And I already mentioned the fact that tube doesn't really fit in there, and that the nozzle's a piece of crap. But other than that, I mean, it does the job. You won't be able to fit wheels, and if you're expecting that, the door's just not big enough. They would fit inside, you just can't get them in the door. But I mean, for everything I've used it for, it works great. Cleans everything up real nice. That blasting media they sell works fine. So yeah, another good Harbor Freight buy here. I think I got this for $120 with the proper coupon combination. So, if you're going to get a sandblaster, this one's a good deal. Just don't get that little tiny one. It's pointless.